everyone, and welcome back to another Bite where we rewatch the most innovative and intriguing pitches from Shark Tank. I'm Ariel, and I'm joined today by Jon Dick.
Hey.
Have you ever wondered, why don't my dog's treats look like they come from a high-end French bakery? Same. Well, today's haute tisserie is here to the rescue, but maybe this product is all bark and no bite? We'll find out. But first, let's pause for a brief ad break.
Is it just me, or does it feel like the marketing playbook is always changing? Much like the age-old question, to skinny jean or to not skinny jean, marketing strategies can come and go, and come back again. Who can keep up? Luckily, HubSpot makes it their job to keep marketers on trend and on track to hit their goals. Their 2024 State of Marketing Report is the all-in-one guide for everything happening this year and how marketers can best approach it all. HubSpot surveyed more than 1,400 marketing pros across the world and curated the top trends they're thinking about. Sure, there's AI, but there's so much more. The report covers everything from increasing awareness and engagement to ensuring privacy and boosting efficiency and growth. You get all the info you need to shape your strategy for the year and keep on winning into next year. Don't get caught hopping on an old trend. Visit HubSpot.com/state-of-marketing to get your free copy of the report.
So today in the tank, we have Dogue. They are presented by Alejandra and Rami Masserve. They're asking for $100,000 for 20% stake in their company, which comes out to $500,000 valuation. What Dogue is, it is a healthy, protein-rich dessert for dogs. So think Instagrammable dog pastries, high-end, beautifully intricate designs, gold trimming, rose petal-looking type pastries.
Wicked artisanal.
Wicked artisanal that get a little bit of that Boston into it. They are cakes and pastries for dogs on special occasions. So Alejandra and Rami actually run their own dog boutique and restaurant in San Francisco. So they offer a tasting menu for your beloved pet. And they also offer prepackaged dog food meals made with fresh whole foods. So they have a retail store in San Francisco, but really what they're pitching the sharks for today is a hook with the pastries, but actually trying to sell in their prepackaged dog food. So at an initial glance, before we get into what the hook and the actual sinker was, what did you initially think about this pitch and this product?
I hate when people come on Shark Tank and they pitch a product that they're not actually asking for investment in. It drives me crazy. They came on and they pitched this beautiful, artisanal, artistic dog treats. They got Damon to eat some dog food because it was so beautiful looking.
Grossest part.
It was awful. It was horrible. I squirmed in my seat. I almost barfed.
You wouldn't try. They were very beautifully
horrible. No, it was awful. It was horrible. And they're like, check this amazing product out. How good is this product? And then they were like, but that's not the product you're investing in.
Yep.
The product you're investing in is what we call slop. We were like, I'm sorry, what? They're like, yeah, we have like a prepackaged slop product that you can buy through the mail and we'll like mail it to you at home. And that's the product you're investing in. I hate when entrepreneurs do that and come on Shark Tank. It's like, if you're pitching the artisanal dog food, take investment in the artisanal dog food. And if you happen to build another business selling slop on the side, hey, that's great.
I feel like this is one of those examples where it was a good case of foot and mouth from one of the founders. I would not have described my product as slop. I would have said, hey, we need some help with packaging. Because everyone knows when you get dog food and it's pre-frozen, it's not going to look good. You're not buying it because it looks good. You're buying it because your dog loves it. So I think there could have been a little bit more of creative ways for our founder to kind of frame that a little bit more clearly. But I think looking at that false pitch kind of approach to play devil's advocate, don't necessarily think that there's anything wrong with leading with your strongest product and introducing that to your audience first. And we see this a lot with social media marketing or anything that's like visual storytelling. Oftentimes, it's the first 3 seconds that capture your audience's attention. If you can capture their attention through a beautiful, kind of out of the ordinary, unexpected dog treat that gets folks, clicking on the Instagram or wanting to purchase, for their dog, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But where this kind of falls flat is, to your point, Jon, if they're actually pitching the boutique and the food itself, there's no tie-in.
You can't buy this product. This is the problem. It's great to have an Instagram hook for a beautiful product, but if you get to the landing page, it's like, you can't actually buy this product. All you can buy is a bag of slop to keep in the freezer for your dog. That's not going to cut it. And the thing that I'm actually questioning here is why aren't they going all in on these beautiful artisanal dog treats? There is definitely a market for that product. And I think that the market for prepackaged, even high-end generic dog food is very, very crowded right now. And you have large incumbents that have freezers put into stores to like store this stuff. Like there's good brands out there. They're spending a ton of money on marketing. I think it's going to be very tough for them to win on a more like mass market prepackaged dog food product, whereas they could really win on these beautiful artisanal products that have extraordinary margin. The margin on them was like, it costs them $1 to make each of them and they sell them for $15 each. There's all sorts of ways to not only reach that market, because I think to your point, there's a very interesting social media hook. It's very beautiful. It would be very easy to tap into modern distribution channels, but there's all sorts of interesting ways to monetize it, right? So like maybe it's not a single box. Maybe you get a subscription box and now you've got subscription revenue for your artisanal dog food product. And because they have so much margin, it would be easy to offer a price break for a subscription, which means you'll probably get a much higher take rate on that subscription. And so to me, I just think there's a very clear market opportunity to actually offer this like really high-end differentiated artisanal product for dogs. I think that there is a very clear distribution and go-to-market opportunity because of the way that it looks and the fact that it is so beautiful. And then I think you actually have really interesting LTV levers that you could pull to get people to actually sign up to have a much higher lifetime value as a customer. And so to me, it's just like an absolute knockout to go all in on that product.
Yeah, that's such a good point. There's only 5 major companies that are really cornering the US dog food market right now. So you have those big players with Purina, General Mills for like Blue Buffalo, Nestle, Mars Incorporated. So you have a ton of these like big, well-known established American brands. But I love your idea of like a subscriber box because all that they have to do essentially is like they lure you in with the pastry. Ideally, they could get you on a 1-year subscription for the dog food at a 10% rate discount if you sign up for 1 year and offer to get 3 treats every quarter or every month. Like there's really fun ways to kind of tie these two things in together that as a smaller business, they probably can move a lot quicker and have better quality as opposed to some of these like bigger brands that are operating within that space. So it's more of this is a kind of wrong product, wrong focus, trying to tie in too many loose things together kind of approach, but really pushing them more towards that like artisanal boxed catered experience.
I also think the thing about the social media go-to-market for them that's particularly unique is it's not just beautiful looking, which helps a ton, but it taps into pets. And of course, pets are just so big on social media and everybody gets joy out of following a couple of pet accounts. Like it'd be so easy to imagine the influencer strategy.
Oh my gosh.
I think that a lot of influencers, like they're open to having their pets work with brands because it's their pet and like, who cares? But it especially is good when it's like a really good product.
So one of the things that I found very irritating about this pitch was our founders came in and they didn't really have much of a plan as far as what they were going to do to scale the business.
What do you want the money for?
Yeah.
Anytime you're going to talk to an investor, you need to say, this is what I want to spend your money on. And I have a plan for how to do it. Otherwise, no one's going to invest in you.
I get it. You don't have all the answers when you're a founder and you're going on Shark Tank, right? But you got to have somewhat of like a general idea.
They came in and they were basically like, we have no plan.
Just give us money.
We don't know what to do. And that's why we need a shark. And my reaction to that is like, that's not why you need a shark. That's why you need a business partner. And a shark is not a business partner. They're an investor. Sure. They will promote you. They will connect you with their team that can help you do things. Like they are a very, very helpful investor, but they are not a business partner who's like, I know how to actually go out and take this product to market. I know how to go out and build out production capacity. I know how to like think through pricing models. They're advisors, not partners. And I think that, you know, if you come in and you have no plan, you got to bring a partner in with you that's like, we actually just brought on this partner. This partner's incredible. We're figuring out the business model. We need capital to scale this thing now.
Or even just like hiring a consultant for just a few hours before you go on Shark Tank. Hey, we have this brick and mortar business, but we also have this really visual product. And then we also have this dog food that's like our main anchor that we believe in the business.
Just come out and they're like, listen, we have a PowerPoint presentation for you, sharks. Let me pull up my 2x2 showing the market. Perfect. Thank you. This was produced by McKinsey & Company. Is that what you have in mind?
know, like you could have like someone that's like a freelance consultant, right? Someone who's who can like help kind of like guide our founders like a little bit. I think this is a great example of like, you know, we're thinking of taking this way. Can I just like soft pitch this for like an hour or two with someone who's like a fractional consultant just to like get their thoughts?
Yeah.
I feel like they could have just done a little bit more to have someone kind of lean in and consult a little bit more before going to Shark Tank and have like a very bare bones kind of plan.
And this is to me like exactly the perfect kind of business for Shark Tank. This is a perfect place where a shark can come in and be like, oh yeah, we're going to get you on the Today Show. Like, you know, we're going to bring your big Mastiff on. It's going to eat some of these snacks. Tons of people are going to order the box. We'll be sure that the digital experience is really good, which the sharks have people who can do that so that you get highest conversion rate possible. I think it'd be a slam dunk.
So while you see the opportunity to scale this through influencer marketing or through like a lot of, you know, millennials that tap into their dog being their child in some ways, Lori doesn't necessarily agree that it's scalable. She taps out. Mark agrees that's not necessarily a good model to get back the revenue for an investor. So he's out. So is Kevin. So is Damon. And so is Robert. But do you think if they changed their model and focused primarily on the pastry, they would have had an easier time getting the sharks buy-in?
I think so, because that's the product that they were pitching. But the only way that that product is getting distributed today, and the only plan they had to distribute that artisanal product was one retail location in San Francisco that you can bring your dog to.
Right.
And so that's not something an investor would invest. Like there's no return on that. Mm-hmm. That is just a low scale, low margin business, right? It's a brick and mortar. It's limited how much you can scale it because it's only open for a certain number of hours and there's only a certain number of dogs that you can have in at a time. That's not a scalable business. I think if they said, hey, look, we have this beautiful product. We have proven that we have product market fit. The thing that we need help with is scaling up our production for it and scaling up our distribution for it. And that's why we need your money. I think the sharks would have gone in on it.
Yeah. And I think the pastries too, even from like a logistics perspective, they're not pre-frozen. So it's almost like lean in more to e-commerce, get that proof of concept in that you can ship directly to consumers, and then kind of focus more on like expansion or potentially dog food down the road.
Yeah. I would imagine that if you are a subscriber to a Doge box, it would be much easier if your dog loved that food to attach some bags of slop, which is like, hey, your next box is shipping. I mean, that's just a text message. Your next box is shipping in 1 week. Do you want to try our prepackaged dog food product for your dog? Here's the 3 options.
Smart.
Text A, B, or C to select it, and we'll add it to your box. They've got their credit card. It's already going out in the mail. And so I feel like the LTV here is like so big. It's so easy to imagine all the upsell opportunities and all the retention opportunities.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, our sharks didn't see it.
All
of them were out. They missed the bigger picture. So no deal, no offer for our 2 founders today.
Production for today's episode was brought to you by Arie Desormeaux. Editing comes from Robert Hartwig and support from Alfred Schulz. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, or wherever you subscribe to the greatest podcasts ever. That does it for me. See you next week in the tank for another bite. I want to take a break to tell you about a podcast coming to the HubSpot Podcast Network, the audio destination for business professionals. It's called The Next Wave, AI and the Future of Technology. It's hosted by Matt Wolf and Nathan Lands. AI technology is transforming the way we do business, and the media landscape is currently fragmented. The Next Wave is leading the pack on AI technology and how you can apply it to growing your business. Matt and Nathan are leading AI creators and your guiding light in the AI and technology frontier. Listen to The Next Wave wherever you get your podcasts.